live from the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios. It's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Oh, man.
What up?
We're spending so much time together lately, you
Dude,
and
I
me.
see you a lot. It's not a bad thing, but
No,
I see you quite a bit, sir.
You wanted the exposure.
Yeah, I guess with exposure comes time spent.
This is what it looks like. Morning, y'all. Welcome. It is In the Building. It's funny, like when I was in radio forever, it took me a while to start getting used to being on YouTube's, and now I feel the opposite, where I've finally got used to this YouTubing. And being on radio last night was kind of strange. Welcome. It is In the Building. Good to have all of you boys up in here. It is episode number 280 from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Love You Hard TV. Listen daily on Spotify and Apple as part of the Believe Podcast Network. Thank you to our new partners at Believe, LA-based. If Luka Doncic can go to LA, In the Building can start doing business in LA too.
Amen.
You can support this show by commenting in the chat and support us even further with a tip while you're there.
It already happened.
Chat. Already got money?
Brian, the Hispanic whitener, $5. Good morning, boys. Happy Friday.
Thank you. Homie.
And great show last night.
Thank you, man. Thank you hard. Jose Bouquet is the audio disseminator. He will put the Buy Me a Coffee link on there in a minute if you want to buy us a coffee too. As just to be looking ahead for all of the different things we're doing. God, I have to write it down so I don't forget all the things we're doing. On St. Patty's Day, we're going to have another partner, Anthem TV. So make sure as we get closer and closer to the 17th of March, you download the Anthem TV app. We will be televised daily on the Anthem TV app beginning St. Patrick's Day, Monday, March the 17th. So welcome to In the Building. And thanks everybody who did listen or watch us last night.
Either or.
Right. And something occurred to me last night driving home. I'm happy. It was cool to be on old school radio again.
Yeah.
I had one damn and maybe a hell. But no shits, fucks, or
you almost did once or twice. But
got
you caught
close.
yourself.
I did.
You caught yourself. I was proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Because I looked at you. I don't know if you saw me. My eyes got big.
Right. And one of those I was messing with you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just tried to get a rise out of you.
The one time that you almost slipped, not even come really close.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy talk.
Cowboy, of course.
Cowboy talk. Of course. Cowboy talk brings out the cursor.
Correct. Because it's hard to talk Cowboys without adding profane superlatives into the discussion, and it's hard, but I got through it last night. No FCC violations were had, and something occurred to me last night driving home because the Lopez brothers were calling me and texting me
on the way home.
And sending me. They were all happy. They're happy. They're stoked. Our new radio partner. Something occurred to me last night that needs to occur to more and more people.
What is that, Mike?
And that is that there's no question more people watched our radio show last night than listened to it.
By far.
No one listens to radio shows.
We probably should have sent that. I'm going to text that graphic to Jose.
We should.
I'm going to text it to him right now. And he can pull it up.
All right, cool. When you get this, Bouquet, let us know, even if we have to come back to it later.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
It's not that no one listens to radio, or it's not that I don't. I mean, I listen to radio stations still, but I rarely do it in live time. I listen to their podcast versions later on when I get to them. And we had people watching us all over the KLMO Facebook page last night. Probably broke the all-time KLMO radio station's Facebook page record for a debut show.
For a debut, for sure.
Right. They've had links before that went viral back in the day, but we had, when I checked it this morning, and maybe over 2,000 now, we had 1.8 thousand people last night just watching on Facebook.
Just Facebook.
And that doesn't include people listening on the app. So people that listen to the dial, they were there, but while people still maybe do listen to stations rather than watch shows, they listen to them on applications, apps.
Sent Jose.
And one of the Lopez's, I think might have been Homer and Bert. Homer sent me so he pulled up how many. So they have this technology over at KLMO Radio where you can see who all is listening to your app at a given time.
App, okay.
And he was super
App.
curious.
App. Stress on the APP.
APP.
Damn, you know me.
He, right when we went on the air, he pulled up the app file they have just to see where everyone was listening on their app from. And then he sent me the grid when it was over. And now, granted, these are probably a lot of people that already had the app that listened.
Oh, of course. No, they already had it. Of course.
We had, and Jose will get the grid up later, but we had a number of people listening, which I guess is not surprising. They were listening down in Mexico.
That's not surprising.
In the building. How do you say in the building in Spanish?
Look at that.
There's the grid. So all those blue dots there, those are cities that at least had one human being listening to our show last night on the KLMO app.
APP.
That is,
you know me.
Dare I say, most of the states in the country had at least one somebody listening, including Mexico. I don't think we stretched into Canada. I don't see a bunch of Canadians
I think
on
there's one
Tejano app.
There's one little blue ball. Is that
It's right on the border.
It's right there.
That could be like
they could spit and be in Canada.
Is that like that's like far north Dakota or Montana or something. Obviously, Texas is well represented. Look at the Florida. We have people in Florida. More people in Florida listening to us than in California. Had some folks in the Northwest. Had some folks in the Northeast. A lot of people in Michigan. Are there a lot of Tejano fans in the Michigan area?
Yeah,
look at that.
There's a reason why this country is against the brown man, because he could take over. They're everywhere. The brown people are everywhere, man, and it's scary.
Could be some fans of you that are not brown.
There
could be
some
black man.
They're scared of the brown man. They're scared he's gonna be the majority.
We no doubt had people that I think clearly there were people that downloaded the app that hadn't downloaded it until they found out we were going to be on.
Nah, I know.
Although I'm not naive. Look at all of the dots in Mexico. Those are like, they probably tune on, what the fuck is this shit?
Well, who are these two?
What is this idiot?
Yeah. All of that shit.
All that stuff. So it went great. And I haven't even seen like how many people have watched on the Roku channels.
No, I'm sure he'll send. I'm sure one of the Lopez will send that to
right. So we were on KLMO radio last night on 98 whatever, 92 whatever in town in San Antonio, where we do our show, where we're based from. We were also on in Corpus Christi and Victoria and Uvalde and El Paso, and we were on 2 Roku channels last night, K Alamo in San Antonio, and we were also on KTMV Spectrum Channel 6 in Corpus Christi last night. So
yeah.
I would say that all in all, that was a damn good debut by In the Building
Very
Radio.
Good debut, and it's only going to get better. That was us trying to introduce ourselves to the people that are waiting on music, waiting on their favorite Tejano song. We're just trying to let them know who we were.
Yeah.
And, as we'll continue to let them know, but we'll get more into whatever it is that we're discussing, sports, entertainment-wise. So it's our show. We'll talk about what we choose, but yeah. Got to let them get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, Matt's in here. The Dutton family was listening to us at Yellowstone.
I hope so.
That's funny. XX Hustler, we're not the minority no more, or the majority, homie.
I ain't mad at you, dog. I'm not mad at it.
Mike, check. Hey, that looked like a map where debris from the latest SpaceX explosions were found.
Hey, I'm not.
A debris field of listeners across America and Mexico.
No comment.
I don't know if I was nervous last night, but it felt we were doing something different. I was certainly out of my comfort zone, and I felt like a bit of a pressure virgin last night. Felt like a rookie again.
Yeah, it did, because again, it's back to what we've known for forever. But the human brain can adapt to anything. But once you've been doing something for over a year, and you go back to something, it's going to be a bit of a change. So definitely a little nerves last night, but I think we'll be fine.
Awesome. But I don't think that anyone noticed we were nervous because we're professional. So last night, Rudy and I left, and I was walking to my car, and I realized that I couldn't find my car key.
So we spent an extra 10 minutes at the studio because Mike couldn't find his key.
I'm like, are you kidding me? So I looked all in my little man satchel, my man bag.
I love that bag.
Thank you, man. Nina's son bought that for me for Christmas.
It's a great bag. I'm gonna get me one.
Went all through that damn thing, looked in every pocket and cranny, and couldn't find the key. And I thought, well, shit, maybe I left the key inside. And I realized, oh, I left my coat inside.
Yeah, because you took your jacket off halfway through the show. It was a little warm.
It got hot, yeah. And I was also nervous, so I got a little sweaty.
A little sweaty. Yeah, I got you.
And I thought, well, oh damn, you know what? My coat's inside the radio station. I bet I put the key in my coat pocket. So then I go back into the radio station, grab my coat, and look in all of the pockets, and there was no key. And I'm like, what the Frank, man? I just could not find the damn key. And then I ransacked my bag again and then found it.
Yeah.
I think you know what happened? I was just a little bit off my game last night because I was so hyped up and I was a little bit nervous, but I felt like a playoff game.
Sure.
I felt like, okay, these are new people doing business with us. I need to step up and throw touchdown passes right now, and there's a little bit of there's a nervousness, but it's more of a competitive nervousness where I want to kick ass.
No, that's the thing. It's not nerves from not knowing what you're doing. It's nerves because you want to be great.
Right. I was so into what we were doing last night and trying to do a good job that I just completely forgot my coat, couldn't find my damn key.
Yeah, you were flustered.
I was pissed.
You were highly flustered.
Yeah, but then when I found the key, it was funny. It was right there in the bag where I just looked. And so, but driving home though, then all that serotonin or whatever the chemical I had going, it all starts to kind of calm. And then I just felt really happy and satisfied. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I felt like a motherfucker. I felt like, yeah, we kicked ass tonight. We won this. It felt like a playoff game, and we won.
We won.
We damn
sure. We're up 1-0 in the series. We're up 1-0 in the series. We'll see how the rest of the series plays out.
Yeah. Finna go. Tried listening to the radio, but nothing but static in Cibolo, Texas. Y'all need a tower. Mike is old. Thank you.
Time out.
All right.
Let me defend Mike.
Jump on Finna go.
How are you gonna call Mike old, but won't download the app to listen?
Right. Did you just see the debris field we had last night? We're worldwide.
You call Mike, I couldn't find the radio station. But Mike's old.
Out here in Cibolo, went outside and I held my thumb in the air and I licked my finger and stuck it up my butt and still couldn't get a reception.
Does your damn internet work, Finnago? You should be Finnago. Download the app, Finnago.
Finnago, get the app.
If Cibolo sucks, which it doesn't, download the app. It's not that hard,
dude. iHeart.
But if you don't want to, don't.
The iHeart ticket signal sucked in Cibolo back in the day. I mean,
most
that's just how it goes.
Suck. Yeah.
Radio is dying on the vine.
Uh-oh.
Especially if, and I don't want to turn into like, I don't.
Well, we can't say that. We're on there now.
I know, but
most of the traffic came from the app.
But do they have an app? They're on Roku. And before we started, Homer told us, make sure you share our Facebook page because they know that they bred their butter not with the signal, but with the people who watch and listen on the app. The app and Facebook and the Roku channel, that's where they make their money over there. The signal's just kind of a throw-in. Yeah. That's where we're getting now in the modern world when it comes to shows and stuff. Radio stations that don't have their shows being podcasted, radio shows that don't have their shows being simulcasted to YouTube or uploaded on other things. Y'all, this is why this week Odyssey laid off 150.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Over 150 people that are on air at Odyssey.
You're not talking about engineers,
hosts.
You're not talking about behind the scenes people. Talent. How many people?
150 something.
Damn.
Yeah, all fired and let go from Odyssey. It's a new world we live in, and things are changing. And that's why you see Rudy and I doing all this stuff. It was fun to be back on old school radio, but let's not kid ourselves. The success that we're going to have on K Alamo, as long as you and I do the radio show on Thursday nights, the success will come by people that download the app.
Sure.
Or watch it on Facebook or watch the Roku channel. That's what's going to make us successful.
And when Mike ain't 5 miles down the road and the people that run the station are calling him, telling them that was great, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, they were super happy with it, and
I'm happy with them.
I was too. And if they're happy, I'm even happier than that. So thank you to K Alamo Radio and the Lopez brothers. Back on next Thursday, 6 o'clock across their
Shout
network.
out to my man Homer and his Gucci glasses.
Boy, those were nice.
Mike noticed them, a bougie Alamo Heights ass.
Okay,
like hey,
you didn't notice the design.
That was a good, nice Gucci.
Can't spot Gucci when you see Gucci. Those guys are great and super nice and cool. They couldn't have been more accommodating. And yeah, that family's big time. That is the Lopez family. Their dad started DJing on radio stations in Corpus Christi in 1955 when he was like 18. And then 70 years later, the family business is still rolling. They got multiple stations now, and they got Gucci glasses.
They got Gucci glasses. I got some somewhere.
All right. Oh, you do? Sunglasses?
Before I had 3 kids, I had Gucci.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No. Well, he's a grandpa probably. Now his kids are gone, so he can afford it. You can meet me tonight if you want to, or just come out and hang if you have already.
A little happy hour?
Having some happy hour. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna toast the radio gig, and we're gonna toast. Tonight's gonna be a celebration of all the stuff we're doing, man. We've had a lot of announcements recently.
We've had a lot of change and turnover.
A lot of change.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
We got more shit to do that I can't discuss.
Right.
We got shit to do after the show today.
Sure.
Which is why I'm very debonair. Might I ask? We got some things to do after the show today.
Absolutely.
And then we got Poblanos tonight. And then we got Slackers tomorrow.
So
then we right back at it Monday. We got to get it.
My God.
We got to get it.
We are getting it. We're getting it. And I'm just trying to keep up with all of it. I just felt like tonight would be a good night just to hang.
Happy hour. Everybody, who doesn't love happy hour? You get to start early, finish early, go home, have sex, fall asleep, have a good breakfast in the morning, get ready for Slackers. Like that's, to me, seems like a great night.
Wow. I can't think of anything better.
Right?
That's great.
Buzz sex is better than drunk sex, by the way.
Well, I last longer anyway.
Buzz sex, like you still can find your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Drunk sex, you're just like, oh, hey, yeah.
You don't have whiskey D.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
When you're just high.
Buzz sex is the best sex. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. Would you wear it, Jose? Buzz sex is the best sex.
Damn it, Brian, punch yourself. We haven't had time for members only. We'll get to you next week. I swear to God.
This is the thing.
I'm kidding. We are late on members only.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Time out.
Yeah.
Brian started the show. Y'all are late again. Then here he comes right now. No members only.
Thanks,
all
Dad.
Brian do is bitch.
Thanks, Dad.
That's all he does is bitch. That's all Brian does is bitch and moan and groan. Like people that only can find people that only come around to bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking make my ass itch.
He expects greatness.
Damn, if you've taken over Greg's spot, Brian. If you're gonna bitch that much, then fucking tip. I'll be on time if you fucking tip.
Hey man, bear with it.
Damn.
Golly.
All he does is fucking bitch.
Rudy's getting all of his cussing out this morning since he couldn't cuss last night.
I don't understand grown men that bitch that much. Like, leave that for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like, grown men ain't supposed to bitch that much. Fuck.
Or we'll
cancel your membership, Brian. No, go for a run.
Oh, please no.
Fuck, quit bitching.
Brian, please don't.
God damn.
We're just real busy. We're busy and we're beaten down, which is why we're having a freaking happy hour tonight.
Bitching.
We've been through a lot. I have dealt with lawyers, paperwork, applications, CEOs, salespeople. I've spent most of my last couple of weeks has been restarting our company, finding a studio, finding a producer. I mean, us, not just me. Learning how to run all of the finances in the driver's seat, figuring out. It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn to glory is what it is. And we've been busy, Holmes, super busy, which is why when you put that damn flyer back up there, I need a beer.
Did you have one last night? You said you wanted one last night.
I did. I had one beer, but it's just.
I love you, Brian.
Tonight
that's tough love, like you giving us
tonight.
And I don't need anybody to hold me to a high standard, Matt. I've been here for 20-something years. I hold myself to a high standard. I sleep 5 hours a night because I hold myself to a high standard. I don't need anybody to hold me to a high standard. That's why we are where we are today. That's why we've lasted in this business this long. I've seen motherfuckers come and motherfuckers go. We've lasted because we hold ourselves to a high standard. So I don't need you or Brian to hold me to any fucking standard.
Amen.
Fuck. Y'all was in a good mood today. My skin is glowing. I smell good. I got my cardio in. And y'all coming here bitching.
You look good in that brown jacket.
Thank you. You look good in anything you wear. You know what? I need a drink. And I don't even drink during the week anymore. But I need a fucking drink.
I don't think we have anything in here.
We'll
grab something today. All right.
Why don't you hold UTSA to those standards, Matt Bernard, you damn UTSA homer? You don't hold them to a high standard. You just go give them your money every week while they're 2-12. Hold them to a high standard.
I think we won 5, Rudy.
God
They
damn it.
won 6. Didn't they win 6?
Love you more, Brian. You know you my guy.
No, y'all, we're busy. We're stressed. And we had to go through the negotiation with Believe, which now our podcast is on, which is great. We had to get our Spotify and Apple and everything back and running so Believe could run our show. We've been working with the radio station. We've got other things we're doing.
We got something to go do today.
We got to go do something after this here in a little bit. So I can scarcely think of a better thing to do than tonight tonight I'm taking a break. Even
you after happy hour, you gonna shut it down, put the phone in the other room.
It's gonna be a fun weekend. Yeah, no work tonight. I'm gonna drink beer and have tacos with hopefully as many people can come out as possible. Tomorrow we're gonna have some more. We're gonna have some crawfish and drink some beer at Slackers. I'm not working all weekend. We're gonna go have dinner tonight with the folks. We're gonna have dinner tomorrow night with the folks. But we'll do some videos and have some fun. It's fun shit.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. No. I don't want to talk to one lawyer. I don't want to approve one video. I don't want to have
send
to
18 emails to Believe, 18 emails to
Anthem,
18 emails to Jose.
Correct. Nothing. We're shutting it down as soon as we get done today, and we're gonna have fun with people. So come out tonight and hang out with me at Poblano's Mexican Restaurant and Catering downtown. It's Friday night. Take your lady downtown. Y'all do some bar hopping tonight, but pop in there and start your night off with us at 6:00. We'll be there from 8 until 8. So 6 to 8 tonight. I'm going to give away $25 gift cards to Poblano's. I've got Fiesta medals we're going to be giving away as well.
Giving away?
Fiesta season. Well, we're going to do a bit, make you earn it.
Dope.
Contest. Maybe have a beer off and quick if you can out guzzle a beer, something like that. We're going to figure it out. So we're going to have a good time tonight at Poblano's happy hour 6 to 8 downtown on Houston Street tonight with me at the Poblano's. It is in the building. David says, tranquilo, Rudy, tranquilo. Needs some tequila to get tranquilo.
I haven't had a drink since last Saturday, so I probably do need one.
All right, man.
I don't have on drawers.
Here we go.
No, yeah, I do. I washed. I'll free ball if I don't wash, but I washed, so I'm good today. Love
Dick
you,
on denim,
Matt. I love you too.
I can't do D on
You're
denim.
part of the bald brethren, so I love you, Matt.
Can't do it.
We talk to each other. See, sometimes you can talk to each other crazy, have it out, and then you shake hands and you trade cheers. You don't say, "Well, I'm not your friend anymore."
You're just scary though, because that voice.
I'm not your friend anymore. We're men. We're supposed to have aggressiveness between us. And then we say, you know what, man, my bad. Cheers. You're a fucking pussy. You're a pussy too. I know. Hug it out. It's over.
Boy,
sure.
I'd hate
right, right, Jose?
Sure.
I could imagine.
And he's 27.
I'd imagine your baby girl when
Who?
Daddy gets mad. The 6-year-old.
She's highly,
or your teenager.
She's highly sensitive. The 6-year-old, I have to watch it with her.
Yeah.
The teenager and my 28-year-old, they get the wrath.
You do not want to get yelled at by Rudy with that damn voice of his.
But I can't fight. Okay. So Brian and Matt,
that's your weapon. Your voice is your weapon.
Y'all could probably kick my ass. If I do feel like it's getting to where I'm about to fight, I make sure someone's in arm's reach to break it up. I've never touched any of my kids. So the thing is, I'm all bark. Is what I'm getting.
But it's a loud bark.
I'm all bark, dude. I'm never gonna touch anybody. I ain't gonna do shit. So it is what it is.
I'll put you back in a good mood. Jose, you have that grid from last night, the one you showed early. You got that app grid?
Yeah.
You put that back up there. Rudy, you look at you're becoming a world star, sir.
World star.
We're busy, but
right,
look, there's the results of your labor right there. Look at all those blue dots.
Cheers.
Look at that. Those are people that listened to In the Building last night across America.
Yeah,
Florida
look at that
to
person
Texas
in the
to
Canadian
Cali.
border right there.
That's what we're just
think
talking
that
about.
I'm going. That's Canada.
We were just talking about that guy.
Yeah, look at that, Rudy. That could be a new pal of yours up
Well,
there.
see, he didn't understand that the tariff had been called off. So he was like, I'm gonna just stay over here.
What I want explained, I'm going to ask the Lopez's. Maybe they know the answer. Why do we have so many people in Michigan? Look at that. We're fucking huge in Detroit. Maybe we need to go up there and do a remote.
8 Mile.
Hey, wherever we're huge, we're going there. Florida, check it in.
I like
Cali.
look at Florida.
But Michigan, That's what's sticking out to me of this grid.
What's up
Texas,
with-
I expect.
What is that? Is that Montana with no dot?
Let's see. Yeah, nobody. Well, yeah.
Why not?
Montana don't love us.
Why doesn't Montana like
The
Tejano?
Dakotas don't love us. I know. How dare the Dakotas not have the KLMO app up? Thank you, Jose. That's good.
Why wouldn't Dakota have any Tejano music up there?
Oh my goodness. All right. Had a fun day in here yesterday with Jay Ribaldo. Jay came into the studio. He and I met here and we recorded some content, which you'll be seeing coming in the future. And Rudy, he wanted me to give you one of these, sir. If you want to take one home, they're yours. Coffee is for closers.
Coffee is for closers.
And he's got the official Ribaldo logo up there. Thank you to Jay Ribaldo.
Baby. Merch.
Be looking for some content with Jay and me here on In the Building, coming very, very soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Jay nervous?
He was, but as soon as we got going, I just said, just look at me and just talk to me. We were fine.
Yeah.
He was good. He's full of information. He knows what he's doing. He's the best damn real estate agent in town. So once we got going and talking his language, he forgot that there were cameras on him. That is a segue, Bouquet, to the official real estate man of In the Building. It is my man, Jay Ribaldo. I'll see. So Jay popped in here yesterday, and he also told me that he was down in the valley the other day.
Del Rio, to be exact.
No, not the Valley. Yeah, Del Rio. My bad. And somebody came up to him and asked him, "Hey, you're the Jay Ribaldo from the In the Building guys?"
I know that made him like, hey, money well spent.
Yeah, it made him feel good. So yeah, he got recognized in Del Rio. Shout out to Del Rio. What's up? And shout out to Jay Ribaldo. If you are in need of a real estate man, the most important thing ever is to make sure you have the right guy at the top of all of this. When you go to buy a home or even to sell one, there's so much paperwork, so much red tape. We're talking over 50 different people at some point will see at least a part of the paperwork involved in your sale, which is why if you don't have the right agent spearheading and leading and organizing all of this kind of stuff, see, Jay don't get flustered like we do. All of a sudden, we had 2 weeks where we had to step up our business, This is what Jay does this all day long, paperwork, but he's great at it, and he's got a knack for it. You and I, we don't. We ought to get Jay to run in the building, the way he's so good at math and stuff.
Yeah.
God almighty. But anyway, he's a house man. So if you need a real estate guy, Jay's the guy. 210-887-1081, or you can email him directly, jribaldo@kw.com, or you can see all of his listings at ribaldo.com. It is ribaldo.com. All right. I not at the fear of getting people mad at me.
Oh shit! Here he goes. Y'all talking about me? What are you gonna say?
I think I might be turning into a closet Lakers fan.
Me too. Me too. Mike. Me too.
I still love my Spurs.
Dude.
We suck.
I need
something to root for.
I've watched more Laker games since Luka got there than I have in the last 2 years.
All I want to do is watch Luka.
If they're gonna go for 30 every night. Now, Charles Barkley
Great.
ain't gonna like you saying that, and we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that here. Let's do that here. Yeah.
Man,
golly,
who is that? Royce Alvarez, 20 months as a member. Dallas Stars acquiring former SA Rampage Mikko Ratananen. What a time to be alive, Royce.
That's good pronunciation right there.
That's a very good player, Rudy. Before you bash him, but
No.
Royce, you talk about
I'm
non
just saying
sequitur.
20 months. Thank you, Royce. We love you. Members coming back absolutely soon. Brian, Royce, thank y'all. Love y'all.
Yeah, look at that.
But yeah, Mike, I enjoy watching Luka and Luka-LeBron, or what did Jose call him? Luka.
It's not that I'm a Luka fan. It's not that I'm a Lakers fan.
No, I just like watching them two play together.
But I am a Luka on the Lakers fan.
But not with the Mavs.
No, couldn't care less. And never.
You just felt like now he's been done wrong.
It's just fucking entertaining. And we'll get to Barkley's comments in a minute, and we're going to talk about what Kendrick Perkins said too, which a rare time where I agree with Perk. This trade has rekindled my interest in the league. You and I bitched all year long about how the NBA's had a bad season with the injuries and people bitching about money, and especially the injuries are the number one thing, but we don't, the style has changed, and all these kids running around with their floppy ass hair look the same and can't keep up with anybody. And there's not enough American superstars, and Wemby's hurt and Pop's sick. It's just been a horrible season until the Mavericks decided to do a solid for the Lakers and trade them Luka Doncic. And of course, it's funny because the Mavericks implosion is also entertaining. It's dramatic. But at the same time, the Lakers rise out of the ashes now. Hell, they've won 8 games in a row, beat the Knicks last night in overtime. Jalen Brunson suffered a major injury. That looks like a really bad ankle sprain. He's out weeks. And all of a sudden, his status, going forth is in question. Another big guy goes down. But I'm watching that game last night, and I got rigor mortis in my pants.
They went for 65 again.
They're awesome. And look, and Spike Lee was at the game. It was in L.A., and Luka was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" to Spike.
You can't call Spike Lee a bitch.
Luka finds the celebrities that are rooting against him, and he busts on their ass. I love that.
The part of me that doesn't like this is Luka was on his way to being my villain. You've been saying that. I've been waiting for a new villain to replace LeBron.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we got Luka. He's gone to the finals.
Yep.
He's an asshole.
Yep.
He smokes too much hookah. Like, he's an asshole. He bitches up to the refs too much. He got a tech last night, and I guess that's not going to change. He doesn't pay attention to the coach during timeouts. He's a freaking asshole. And then Nico Harrison does the unthinkable and makes him the lovable Luka. He's lovable Luka right now.
Right. It's just Luka.
It's like, hey, man, like that. I hated your freaking guts, but Dallas shouldn't have did you like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And he's gone from a fat, lazy beer drinker to, I said, Luka,
man.
Come here,
Luka.
Come here, Luka.
Come here, man.
You know what? I'm gonna buy you a beer, bro.
I like them terrible ass Jordans. Come here, lovable Luka. I just pinch your cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are you doing, Nico? And Nico, only time will tell if I was right. Bitch, you were wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Remember last year in the playoffs, they're playing Minnesota. I'm rooting for Timberwolves.
That is so weird. I know your family despises you during the playoffs.
Game 5, and I'm tuning in to watch Ant school the Mavs.
Same.
And what do I see? I turn it on. I got to the game late. We're second quarter, and the Mavs were up 38 in the second quarter in a playoff game.
Yeah. And
Snoop Dogg was in the crowd.
I remember this.
Was that Jimmy Jam he was next to, or is Jimmy Jam dead? Somebody up in some Minneapolis hip hop mogul was with Snoop, and they were giving Luka the business from the baseline.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, I guess they kept telling him, they kept yelling at him. Snoop kept screaming, "Stop crying, quit crying, man, quit crying."
Right. That's right.
And then, of course, now the Mavs are up 38. Luka has an and one, spins around, looks at Snoop, and goes, "Who's crying, motherfucker?" Remember that?
Can't
that
call
was
Snoop
live on ESPN. Snoop just started laughing his ass off.
I love it.
But you know what Snoop said, like, the next day, that's when I learned that's a dog. I like Luka. I like that. For him to jump back, clap on my ass like that, I like that. That's great.
But you can't call Spike Lee a bitch.
No, he did call him a bitch.
Can't call a grown man
That's
a
what
bitch.
fuel. He don't give a shit.
He don't.
And if I'm a legit Lakers fan,
but last night Snoop was posting how much last night he was posting about how much he loves Luka. So
well, of course,
absolutely.
And if Luka were a Spur, we'd have everybody have their 77 black and silver on.
Right. Yeah, I would. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn right.
Luka Wemby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wemby Doncic, whatever the hell his last name is.
Eddie the First, Luka fan. All them blue dots about to disappear. Okay, Eddie. Shit. Or quadruple.
Right. How do you feel about it?
I'm not a fan. It's entertaining as hell, and it has saved what has been a very horrible NBA season. And I hope the Lakers go far in the playoffs because it's all about entertain me, baby. Entertain me. That comes before everything.
And I think that's where we have network beef. Network beef comes from, like, First Take has a job to do. This is we'll talk about Barkley last night in the post game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty hypocritical of Barkley because Barkley sleeps during most of these games.
Well, tell him what happened last night.
Well, Barkley, he went off. He said, "There's some networks every day you tune in and they just want to talk about the Lakers. Y'all want to talk about the Lakers. The Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder have been good for 6 months. The Lakers been good for 2 weeks. They get these idiots on other networks. What's his name, Shaq?" And Shaq busts out laughing. "Kendrick Perkins. He's an idiot. And all y'all want to talk about, he's talking about the Lakers saved the NBA." First of all, Charles, you hate most of the games too.
That was an amazing impression.
It was it? It was all right. It needs work.
That was really good.
Look at 935, episode 280. Anyway.
But what I tell everybody, and this ain't just for Barkley, and me and Mike live by this. Mike's lived by it since day one, since I first heard him back in October 2007. I can't appease the asses and dismiss the masses. Meaning, there's a reason why Stephen A. and Molly and Shannon Sharp talk Cowboys, Lakers, LeBron, because that's what moves the needle. Like if the Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder would have their ratings through the roof, that's what they would talk about. So yes, Skip, Shannon, Steven, whoever, name them. Yes, their high content is on LeBron. And now, oh, by the way, they got Luka. And oh, by the way, they've won 8 games in a row. So because I'm in Stephen A's shoes, like Mike's in Stephen A's shoes, you got to play the hits. And this trade made them hits. Now, even when Luka wasn't there, they found a way to talk about LeBron, but LeBron is the hit. LeBron's made given a lot of us a lot of content. So Barkley's wrong, but I'm here for the smoke. And Kendrick responded like, hey, man, when I see you, keep that same energy. You know, Kendrick thinks he can fight. Like Kendrick, You'll be out of breath in 45 seconds, sir. But Barkley be out of breath in 30 seconds and y'all end up hugging it out. Y'all ain't gonna fight. But I know the spot that First Take is in. They got a job to do. If they came on there and Stephen A said, I'm gonna open with the Cleveland Cavaliers, his producer and everybody else would be like, no, the hell you're not. Unless they win in the final, you're not opening with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You're not spending 30 minutes on the Cavaliers and Oklahoma City Thunder. You're going to touch on them at the end of the show, but you're not opening on this show. We paying you $20 million a year with the Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Barkley is wrong. He's right, but he's wrong. The topics are repetitive, but there's a reason, Mike. It works.
Correct. I thought Chuck showed his ass last night and lied.
What he lied
He's
about?
a liar.
What do you mean?
He don't believe half the shit he said. I think he was bullshitting us. He knows damn good and well that, as Matt points out, if we get a Cavaliers Thunder finals, Adam Silver may Epstein himself. Ain't nobody want to watch.
You don't think
Oklahoma?
So? I will, but I'm a basketball fan.
You are, but you're going to watch that no matter what. You're going to be in on that no matter what.
Right.
They're trying to get drive-by NBA fans. First of all, Beaumont's own Kendrick Perkins, I don't know why he has a job. I think he's terrible.
I hate to do black on black crime.
I think
I don't think he's very good.
When it comes to sports, he's completely uninformed. Well, he may have that.
He may have that. He is.
He also got his ass beat by Fort Worth Dunbar in the state championship, and I was there, so whatever. I've been hating on him for a long time. Anyway, sorry, I got carried away. I don't understand Perk's presence because, Barkley does not watch any basketball, right? We've given him shit for that.
He does.
But at least he's funny and entertaining.
Right.
Perk comes off as a real serious basketball analyst, but you don't know what you're talking about most of the time. How many guys in the league in the last 10 years have called out Kendrick Perkins because they like, dude, you don't have any. It's one thing to give your opinion, but when it's ill-informed based on bullshit, that's what pisses guys off. Most guys that you talk about, most players in the league they know that you're going to get criticized. They know what those shows are about. As long as it's not coming from an ill-informed place, they don't really care. Perkins sucks. But in this case last night, Barkley helped Perk because and what Perkins says was that the Lakers have saved the season. And look,
and
here,
you kind of agree from what I'm getting from you. You agree.
A Spurs fan on here telling you that the Lakers are must-watch TV for me
right now.
A Spurs fan
right now for sure.
Yes,
I've been tapped in. I stayed up late last night to watch that game.
Ratings are down double digits of points. No one's watching the fucking NBA. We have so many guys that have gotten hurt. Load management has hurt the reputation of the league. Too many
threes.
The style of the games is boring as shit.
I think our age group, we're Gen X. We don't know a lot of the young guys.
This is where the league is gone, where that white boy Pritchett can go get 40 in a game.
I'm glad you said that.
There's no fucking way that's able to happen anytime but now, the way they play the game. Shit, Matt Bonner would have been an all-star had he come around now. Larry Bird would have averaged 50 a game.
I think Mike would have averaged 45 to 50 in today's game. The way they just say, hey, analytics say who cares about defense, Mike probably averaged close to 50.
Yes, Bird would average 40. Oh, I can shoot threes all night? Sure, I'll just go make 20 of them and go home. It's insane. Right now the product's not great. And the facts are your two best teams playing little tiny ass television markets. And by the way, I'm a Spurs fan, and I know what it's like. Oh, you guys playing a small market. I hate that shit, but it's not inaccurate.
But that's why I don't feel sorry for Oklahoma and Cavs, because we were winning titles and they were still giving us the boring label. They haven't won shit.
Right.
So
sure.
Go through it. This is a part of playing in Oklahoma, San Antonio, and Cleveland without LeBron, obviously. You got to go through it. We were 4 titles in, and people are like, well, only 3 people watched, and it was 63-72. And down here in San Antonio, we're like,
yeah, we're honking. Of course.
I don't feel bad for you, Oklahoma.
Sure.
We dealt with it.
Correct. On a local level, who gives a shit if we're a small market, right? As a Spurs fan, I don't give a damn. I just want the Spurs to win. Right. I don't give a shit. But Kendrick Perkins gets paid to entertain the country. And the country ain't going to tune in and watch Oklahoma City play Cleveland in the finals. It'll be one of the worst. It'll be lower rated than any of our finals. I'll guarantee that.
That's
guarantee.
tough to do.
Because the league's down in general as it is.
Yeah.
They're down as it is.
With Gen Xers for sure.
Barkley's full of shit. Barkley knows what he was. Barkley coming off highbrow.
He's just picking a fight with Kendrick.
He wanted to pick a fight with Perkins.
But Perkins, they've been going back and forth for about a year and a half.
Well, it's funny because that's his future colleague.
I know that's what Barkley said. Barkley's like, we got to go over there and work with these idiots.
I know, right? I know. Maybe they're just setting up a bit.
It's a bit.
Maybe so. And I thought it was funny on the same day, ESPN announces that Stephen A. Smith, Screaming A. Smith, the 2009 Mike Taylor Show douchebag of the year, Screaming A. Smith, signed a new extension with Mickey, paying him $20 million a year. And let me tell you right now about Screaming A. Smith. He is 10 times more talented than Charles Barkley. So if Chuck thinks he's going to go over to ESPN and take over, he has another thing coming. That's Screaming A. Smith's network. Barkley ain't shit compared to Steve. And when it comes to analyzing the game, the total package.
Even though he played, even though he's a Hall of Famer, he's not.
Even though Screaming A. Smith is a pound for pound great broadcaster because he's entertaining. He's very energetic.
And he plays the hits.
But the things he says are good. He's a good analyzer of the game.
You know how good he is? There's a clip out there going viral, and you got lip readers out there. LeBron approached Stephen A.
I did see that.
About what?
From the lip reader experts, it says, I don't get, quote, this is from the lip readers, I don't give a shit, bro. Keep my son out of this shit. And walks off. And this wasn't one of those friendly exchanges. Like LeBron.
Shit.
And my thing with LeBron is like, okay, we asked JJ Redick, Mike, this guy's a pro, right? This has nothing to do with LeBron. This has nothing to do with Neptune. He's a pro, right? Absolutely. We asked Rich Paul, this guy's a pro, right? Yeah, he's absolutely a pro. LeBron, oh, hell yeah. Okay, he sucks. How dare you? Wait, y'all said he was a pro. Mm-hmm. Once you're a pro and they throw you $7 million, and they're force feeding you onto us, then at that point, you're not LeBron's son. You're a Bronny James who plays for the Los Angeles Lakers, and we're supposed to have free reign to say what we want.
Yeah.
So you can't force feed us. He's a pro. I promise he's a pro. Just wait. He sucks. What the fuck? Keep my son out of this.
Sure. And I'll guarantee you whatever Stephen A. Smith said this morning on his show, he clapped back and he probably told it like it was. Screaming A. Smith.
He got $100 million, Mike.
$100 million, 5 years, is the best overall sports broadcaster talk show host in America, period. And he's worth every damn cent.
You're right.
Whether you agree with that or not, he's 10 times the guy that Barkley is, because Screaming A. Smith bothers to watch the games.
That's a mouthful.
10 times talented, more. Charles is entertaining. Charles is a stand-up comic. He's not a basketball analysis guy. He's just not. Kenny Smith is. Shaq and Chuck, they do bits while Kenny and Ernie do the basketball talk. And that's fine. I love that show. It's entertaining.
I love it too, yeah.
But Charles better watch out going over there if he thinks he's going to. You pick a fight with Kendrick Perkins, but if Chuck tries to bow up on Screaming A, he's going to lose. He's going to lose that. All right, Wayne 71 $9.99. Thank you in the building. Being a Spurs fan who likes Luka is like secretly dating your rival's ex. Controversial, but I get it. But a Lakers fan, that's like switching to non-alcoholic beer. Completely unacceptable. Go Spurs, go. Dude, I'm not a Laker fan.
No.
We're
just enjoying watching it.
I am enjoying watching that. How can you not? How can you not, especially this year? And Kendrick Perkins, ironically, because I don't like Kendrick Perkins, Kendrick Perkins is right. The Lakers have saved the season. For me, I agree with him.
And I'm enjoying watching the Warriors and Jimmy Butler too. They won again last night.
And now because I'm into the Lakers scene right now, and I'm paying attention to them just kind of through osmosis, okay, well, let me watch the other games too. They have piqued my interest again in the league in general. Well, so like because of the Lakers and because I'm jazzed to watch Luka and LeBron now play together, and I can't wait to see what they do next, it's got me checking the standings. It's got me looking at box scores. It's got me going to see other highlights.
And
of
they're
other
the number
teams.
2 seed, Chuck.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's possible that they win a title and they only have 2 good players.
Yeah.
Because those 2 players are top 5 in the league. Luis Flores, he's in the building. $5. Thank you. Buenos dias, fellas. Congratulations on your new adventures. Thank you for the laughs and be safe. Thank you, Holmes.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Luis.
you very much. Thank you. It is in the building, presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. And for more, here is a word from our sponsor on In the Building.
Oh boy, it's that time again. Cocktail bag season is still in full effect. This particular bag, we call that Pink Thickness. That's right, you heard me, Pink Thickness. 2 AU pink lemonade shots, 1 United Soda, extra peach. Pour it all in that Texas Cheer Liquor cup. Pour that extra peach up in there. Give it a good little shake it now, shake it now, shake it now, shake it. Take you a good sip. Oh my God, don't it taste like spring? Texas Cheer Liquor, baby. 7 locations. Tell them Rudy sent you.
Yes. Including the one in Bernie and 6 in San Antonio. Well done, sir. Well done. Well done.
You got some CBD treats yesterday that we had on the table. I don't know if y'all saw them.
I did. So I have so tonight after Poblanos, when I get home, I'm going to experiment with some Delta 8 drinks from Texas Cheer Liquor, which they do have. And
they've done really well with Texas Cheer Liquor. The kiddos like them because these kids, Jose's types.
Well, it's a loophole to smoke pot.
Yeah, the Gen Zers, they're not big drinkers like we were. We couldn't wait to drink.
Right.
But they love the CBD, Delta 9, THC. They love those drinks, and they love the cocktail bags and the lit kits. But
I'd rather them drink that shit than stick vapes in their mouth all day.
True that.
That's bad for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So it's Texas Cheer Liquor, the official liquor store. I'm in the building, and as always, whether you get the CBD Delta 8 drinks or the booze, it's all 5% off when you mention in the building.
Don't say 8. You have AD calling.
My bad. It's Delta 8, 5% off.
There you go.
At all Texas Cheer Liquors. All right, Mark Cuban, and we'll move on to other stuff. Mark Cuban did a TV sit down last night with WFAA television.
Mark can't help himself,
Dallas,
right, Mike? He gonna tell the truth.
And admitted that the Mavericks should have gotten more for Luke. Poor Mark Cuban. He looks so beaten down. He's getting old. He's got turkey neck now.
Damn.
Mark Cuban, the people that, and he's still minority governor, supposed to say governor. The people that own the Mavericks, the governors of the Mavs, the Vegas billionaires, like you and I've said already, they bought the Mavericks because they want to build their business portfolio and hope that it leads to a casino resort in the Metro 6.
I hope it does too, Mike.
They don't give one rat's ass about the Mavericks. And people keep saying they're going to move them to Vegas. I don't think they give a shit about moving them to Vegas. They want to build a casino in Texas.
They want
the whole point in buying the Mavericks is to get the casino in North Texas. That's the point.
They want to pay off legislators and stuff like that to get the casino.
So that's why they bought the team.
Huh?
Please do.
That's why they bought the team. Mark Cuban bought the team because he fucking loved the Mavericks.
And he wanted to
win. He was a wild maniac, billionaire, season ticket holder, and we loved him back in the day when I was in Dallas. And he was just before he bought the team.
He called our Riverwalk a dirty river.
That was after he bought the team.
No, I know.
He bought the Mavericks and then decided to start Kendrick Perkinsing San Antonio, which was stupid. But yeah, Mark had a lot of dumbass moments as the owner, but I'm talking about before he bought the Mavs.
Oh, got you.
He was just a fan. He would sit courtside and he'd go ape shit, and he was great. He would do interviews with local television because he's just a great fan.
He was a super fan.
He was a passionate fan, whether you liked Mark or not. Also a former D-bag of the year on the old Mike Taylor radio show. He won the first one. He was the inaugural champion, 2008.
That was at the height of our rival, so it makes sense.
And you have to know how gut-wrenched he is that his baby has turned into this with those people. He probably, there's no probably to it. If he could get a do-over, and I get he wanted to sell the majority, he was going to sell it. Period. You know, he regrets who he decided to sell it to for sure.
And
sucks.
They scouted Luka a couple times, and Cuban said, "That's my guy." Traded away their pick with Atlanta. They had Luka was his Wemby, and to see him get traded away after making a final, it's got to be like, yo, that's not, you never giving your kids something, and then they just treat it like shit, and you're just like,
sure,
you're just like, what are you doing? Like, that was sentimental to this family.
I know,
and this is how you're going to treat it. Like, perfect example, when the Bucks previous owner sold them, they put it in the contract. You cannot move this team.
Right.
Because a lot of times you're like, hey, man, we built this up to something. Don't just come in here and shit on it. And I know a part of Cuban, well, you're filthy rich, but once you have everything, the sentimental things mean more to you than your net worth.
Absolutely.
And I feel like the Mavericks are sentimental to him. And to see his Wemby get traded away less than a year and so after he leaves had to suck.
And it wasn't like Mark just sold it to whoever decided to email him. Mark probably went through painstaking research to make sure he sold to the right people.
And he's going to have some stake in the casino as well. Like, that's all part of it. It's big boy business.
If it gets Mark's gutted by this. You know, it totally,
for sure.
Totally thinks it sucks. Totally sucks. It's very, 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 very unfortunate. And I feel bad for Mark Cuban. So there it is. I'm a Luka fan, and I feel bad for Mark Cuban. Hey, the Spurs ain't won a fucking playoff game in 6 years. I need them to do something. All right, I have a hypothetical for you boys, both of you.
I love hypotheticals.
And the people in the chat. Would you rather be lethally injected or shot to death?
Firing squad?
Firing squad or lethal injection. Go.
Yikes. I'm going lethal injection. Just, it'd be kind of badass to get shot, but it sounds like it would be hurt. I'm not gonna
lie. Because I'm on this huge Viking kick right now. I want to go out on my sword.
Well, that's not an option.
Shoot me.
Oh, okay. You went violent.
Yeah,
violent death.
I want to. Yeah, shoot me.
All right. So I'm enamored by this story out of Columbia, South Carolina. There's a guy in South Carolina named Brad Sigmund. Brad Sigmund is on death row. He is scheduled to be executed today, which is rare in South Carolina. We don't have a lot of death penalty executions, period, like we used to. No, Texas used to have about 2 a week. President Bush, Governor Bush.
He'll put motherfuckers to sleep.
Yeah. So this guy, Brad Sigmund, is supposed to die this evening by firing squad.
When did this even become a thing?
It's an option in South Carolina, and he chose firing squad. It's not an option in Texas. It's lethal injection, period. He has chosen firing squad. And it's not like they just walk up and just put 2 caps in your head. I think they clamp you in a chair, and you're like, you can't move at all. And I believe it's in the heart. There's like an arrow or
that's
like
gonna
a
cause
circle around your heart, instant death. And it's like, I probably set up by fucking AI. There's some sort of a gun there in the room with you, and it just puts one in your chest. And
is it like the thing from No Country for Old Men?
Supposed to go out pretty quick.
One of them things
like the cow prod? No, that'd be cool though. You suffer to death with that thing, man.
The only thing about the firing squad, Mike, I'd be like, the part that does scare me is like, what if I don't die right away and I'm in pain?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what you would be afraid of. It's not like the old school firing squad where they give you a cigarette and they put a thing around your eye.
That's how I was envisioning.
A couple of Mexicanos get out there.
I want to go out like that. That's how I want to go out.
You might suffer though doing that. This is supposed to be, it's humane shooting, which seems funny and an oxymoron. His lawyer's frantically requesting a stay by the governor. Says that his client, this guy Brad, needs more time to make a better informed decision about the method of death. Well, they should probably just take firing squad off the books in the state of South Carolina and not make it an option, but it is. So the lawyer maintains that this guy, he committed this crime in 2001. It's been 30 years. And he's like, my client's not even the same human. He is a sweet guy. He had a psychotic episode. And it's not that we're saying he's not guilty. He just doesn't deserve to be executed. They're begging for a stay. And he's supposed to be a real cool guy. Everybody likes him on the death row wing. Matter of fact, when his last meal request, he wanted 3 buckets of KFC so he could pass them out to his homies on death row. He wanted to give them away. That's a sweet guy. That's what the lawyer's saying. He's such a sweet man. In 2001,
jail. Fuck y'all.
In 2001,
not you.
No. He's on death row because back in 2001, he decided to take a baseball bat and beat both of the parents of his girlfriend to death with it.
Again,
That's what he did. That's what he did. He beat somebody to death with a bat.
2 people, his girlfriend's parents. He went in there and beat their ass to death with a baseball bat, like on what is it, Inglourious Bastards.
Oh no! Yeah. Cut his dick off and put it in his mouth.
All of us
cut his dick off and put it in his mouth.
Okay.
And then shoot him in the head.
Okay. I mean, damn, what drives you to beat your girlfriend's parents to death with a baseball bat?
Look, I'm not saying you
That's
act
violent.
on it. I'm not saying you act on it, but I know plenty of people that hate their in-laws. So,
dude,
I'm not one of them.
I know, but man, they must have fat shamed the shit out of him or something, make him go off like that. Golly.
I'm triggered by the chicken. Who is he on death row with?
Oh, a bunch of killers. Columbia, South Carolina.
Chicken.
He's a white guy, by the way. KFC's good. Why do you get so weird about fried chicken?
Like, hey, Marcus, Delonte.
I know Delonte wants chicken.
I got 3 buckets coming.
Yeah, you think you profiled the inmates?
I'll see y'all on the other side. What the fuck is happening?
Maybe if we go old school with our death penalty, people will quit doing stuff. I mean, we put people to death humanely now. Like, oh, here's a needle. Okay, good night, mijo. Have a good night.
How long does the lethal injection take? Is it a minute?
6 to 7 minutes or so. But apparently, you just go to sleep. Although we've had instances where, like the poor, clearly we don't have any. I mean, you can't experiment with this shit. No, so I can't go in there and tell you, well, what happened to me was because you died. Right. So there's no experimentation. Right. But over the years, every once in a while, and I think it's one of the reasons why Texas has really cut down. Because they used to swear, no, these guys are basically, they just get tired and they go to sleep. But then you'd have guys like,
it wasn't worse than the electric chair, though.
No, my God.
Your skin burning.
That was worse than hanging, man. That's worse than anything. I can't believe we used to do that, to electrocute people to death. Dude. But hey, I mean, you beating people's skulls in with a baseball bat. You don't need to be in society, you know.
It's just a psychotic break. Who amongst us?
That's what the lawyer's saying. He had a bad day. Y'all know what the big deal is.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. Did you see Inglourious Bastards?
Hell yeah.
The way that guy would come out there and hi, Johnny. He was from Boston. He was a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, the Bear Jew.
Yeah, the Bear. If you don't tell me what I want to know, I'm going to call the Bear Jew out here. He's going to beat your ass to death with a baseball bat.
What was the movie name where Ed Norton stomped the guy with his mouth open on the curb?
Oh,
that was one of the worst deaths in a movie.
That happened to The Sopranos too.
He opened his mouth, put it on the curb, and then stomped the back of his head.
Tony Soprano did that one time too.
Damn.
Yeah, that's no way to go out. But a fun way to go out.
Did you see the dude in Iowa's trial started?
No.
You know that what did he kill some students or some shit?
Oh, the stabbing? The guy who stabbed a bunch of college kids? Oh,
his trial started.
Yeah. He'll take his ass out. I mean, I have gone back and forth all my life over the death penalty, whether or not I'm in favor of it, and I think I am.
I'm case by case.
The moral hang up is if you believe in God, you know, or whatever, maybe you don't even have to believe in God. Yeah. What gives any human being the right to push a button on a computer and then make a bunch of stuff inject into a guy's arm and you're the reason why the guy's dead? What gives you the God-given right to be the person that does that? I mean, but
some states don't allow it.
Yeah, I think about that and I think, well, we had 50,000 kids get killed in Vietnam. They were shot to death, murdered, and blown up. I'm pro-death penalty. I am. I just feel like some people don't deserve to live anymore. That's it. I can only imagine like being the parent of a victim or something like that. Or
especially when we're talking about kids.
You're right, exactly.
Like when you shoot up a elementary school,
yes.
I think you should die.
You should die. Right, absolutely, I agree. And so what gives you the right to be the person that pushes the button? The American people gave you the right to do so by law. So I'm absolutely pro death penalty. I don't know about shooting a motherfucker in the heart.
Yeah, you're right, Brett C.
But that's what we're going to have today if this guy don't win his appeal. What Brett C. say? There are people who died by death penalty to find out after they were innocent.
There's
that's
why Mike said he's on the fence sometimes.
Well, and see, and Brett makes a good point. Like before DNA testing, how many poor guys went to their death and didn't even do it? That's the best rejoinder to the argument for the death penalty, because you have to absolutely be 100% certain that the dude is guilty.
Right.
That is a dark part of our show, and I apologize. Tomorrow, let's get together and drink some beer and let's do some shucking and sucking tomorrow together, shall we?
Let's do it.
It is a crawfish boil at the Slackers location on Naco Road in Sacramento, Texas. For those of you who live here, we invite you to come out tomorrow to Slackers, the Nacogdoches location. It is the first of their 3 or 4 a year crawfish boils they do at a different location. Normally they rotate the locations. This one this year, to start off with, the St. Patrick's Day, whatever, St. Patrick's month, March one is tomorrow.
I say a spring break kickoff.
Yeah, that's better. It's a spring break boil is what it is.
I like that.
And they got UFC 313 tomorrow night for $20 at the gate. You get all the food you can eat. Get to hang with me and Rudy. We're going to be there from 4 to 6 at least, if not later. And you get to take advantage of all the different drink specials they've got, all the different food samplings they're going to have out
here.
They
got a couple live bands tomorrow.
They got bands and all this stuff. It's a party, and we're supposed to have real great weather too tomorrow. So y'all come hang out with us tomorrow at Slackers on Nacogdoches for their crawfish boil. Rudy and I are going to get there around 4:00 and have a couple of beers, and let's do some sucking and shucking together.
And the thing I appreciate most about their parties is it's not about, obviously every business wants to make money, but they're more concerned with it being a really great event versus what they clear at the end of the night, which is why they have live entertainment, which is why they have a podcast, vendors, swag drops, giveaways, all these different, specials and stuff. UFC 13, because I don't know if y'all know, but UFC, for places that have that type of capacity, ain't cheap. They don't charge you what you get. It's not $80 like at your crib. They charge you based upon your capacity. It costs a lot of money. So they're more interested in making sure Mike, you, Jose have a blast. And then if we make some money, we make some money. But let's just put on a great event. And they do it better than anybody I could think of. So y'all come hang with the In the Building boys. And Jose, we're going to take his phone away from him tomorrow for about 30 minutes.
We're going to do a bit. Jose does not think that he can function as a human. He thinks he's going to have an anxiety meltdown tomorrow.
Definitely might.
It's only 30 minutes.
He has agreed to give us control of his cell phone for half an hour.
Jose, when's the last time you took a shit without your phone?
I couldn't tell you. Bathroom, and if I go to the bathroom without my phone, that's death.
You don't shit with your phone?
Never, not once in my fucking life. I don't even take it in there with me.
Mike, you've never shitted with your phone?
Hand to God, never, ever taken the phone in there. What if you drop it in the water?
That happened.
No, let me tell you this. In the world we live in, the fact that you've never took a shit with your phone is amazing.
Never will.
That's amazing to me. Chat, when the last time y'all shitted without your phone? You know what? I'm about to post this
for
on
me
Facebook.
Earlier this morning is the last time for me. It's a great poll question. Post that.
Yeah, I'm going to post that. I'm going to tag
you. All right, very
too.
good. And while you do that, let me set up the next segment.
Go ahead.
All right, back to the violence.
Good.
It is time for People I Want to Punch, presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kell. John Fox, that's my boy Russ. He's in the building. $4.99. Thank you. Great show as usual, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Who do you want to punch today and why?
Okay. I can't believe this happened. I had a buddy. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want it to come back to him.
Okay.
And I don't want him in trouble, or not in trouble. I don't want anybody on his son's 9-year-old basketball team to get upset with him.
Okay.
My buddy texted our group yesterday and said, it's real out here. My son's coach, they're 9, got sued for not playing a kid. They said it caused the kid depression, had a civil case, and had to pay the kid's family $300. They're 9. Sports, kids, parents.
Wait, the kid wasn't playing, so the parents sued the coach?
They said they said this coach caused their child depression.
No,
and the coach had to pay $300. The kids' sports.
Wow.
It's so bad.
Parents are so bad.
Parents are so bad. Parents are so bad. Like when he sent this, I was like, dude, I'm punching that parent tomorrow. I can't believe this is where we are with parents. And this is we blame the kids all the time, but that's on his 30, 40 something year old parents. If this kid turns out to be a weirdo, like if your kid is depressed, it ain't because he's not playing basketball. It's because he has y'all as parents. They sued the coach of a 9-year-old basketball team. This is in San Antonio. This ain't in Idaho. This is in San Antonio. This is the only reason why I'm bringing this up. John Fox, 499, great show as usual. Thank you, sir.
Ridiculous.
Man, look, I mean this from the soles of my feet to the top of my head. To the parents that sued this coach, I hate you.
You're ruining our society.
You're like, who does this?
Lots.
And look, you don't realize you're already winning as a parent, because while he's at practice 2-3 times a week, while he's at these AAU tournaments, you are winning because he's not at home on an iPad. Like, that's the win. When you're 9, the win is the physical activity. The win is not being on the couch. The win is not being at McDonald's. The win is not being on the iPad. It's not whether or not your 9-year-old gets any playing time. He's learning how to socialize. He's getting out of the house. He's practicing. He's running up and down the court here and there. You're already winning. That's the win in kids' sports. The win is they're not on their device. And you sue and say your kid's depressed at 9 because he's not getting the playing time you think he should get. And what's worse, Mike, they won.
So it's the parents are a problem, and the people that decided to give them, what is that, $300 for that
Is he not depressed anymore? Did the $300 did that end his depression?
Sure, it did, because his parents coddled the shit out of him, and he feels entitled, and he feels worthy of the bullshit, and punched the league for giving him their league fee back. Or maybe they didn't want to pay. I'm assuming the $300 was to cover their fee to play.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you're right.
Yeah, and good on the league. Maybe the league just decided, you know what? Let's just get these assholes away from us. Mm-hmm. Take your $300 and get out of here.
If your kid is in sports, you're winning.
Golly.
If your kid gets up on a Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, goes to practice, and then goes, dude, you don't know how valuable that is. You learn to talk to kids.
Yeah.
You learn the value of caring about the person next to you. You're getting physical activity. Look, if there's 300 parents listening and you're in sports, 299 of y'all's kids will never be shit in sports. In sports. I'm giving you 1 out of 300, and I'm being nice. I could really say 300 out of 300 are never going to get a D1, D2, D3 junior college scholarship. I could say 300 out of 300. It's just about learning to compete, running, and not being in the house on the device. It's about nothing else. Like, these parents, y'all are too stupid to realize you've already won because your kid ain't at home.
Right.
I was so upset. I was like, just so you know, I was like, I won't say your name. I won't say your team name, but I'm punching those parents that you sit next to and eat popcorn. You're paying $20 a person to get into these tournaments. So if you got a family of 5 and y'all going to see one son, you're paying $80 to get in.
God.
You didn't know that?
That's crazy.
You didn't know that's what you didn't know how much money these gyms are making?
That's nuts.
Kids sports is so out of control. My mom just had to get up on Saturday morning, which was probably, after her working all week, was probably a pain in the ass. But once she got there, she wasn't spending an extra $100. Kids sports are so out of control, dude. That pissed me off to no end.
It's a good one. I can't really follow that well enough, but I try to. punch Cincinnati Bengals owner Mike Brown.
Okay.
You just bitched about Mike Brown the other day, and the Bengals and how they're not doing right by Joe Burrow.
Mhm.
Yesterday, the Bengals announced they're giving Trey Hendrickson, their stud defensive edge, who's probably also another guy better than Micah Parsons, permission to seek a trade. He led the NFL last year with 17.5 sacks.
Wow.
He's one of the few good players they have on their defense. He wants out of there, doesn't want shit to do with Cincinnati. And rather than play hardball with him or try to appease him, they would tell him fine. They've given him permission to seek a trade. Cincy is going to Cincy. And you know what? I thought about, you were talking about how Joe Burrow's getting done dirty in Cincinnati. They're going to waste a Hall of Fame talent. He's going to wind up being like Dan Marino. You know, Marino went to the Super Bowl early in his career at Miami.
I think second year.
And never sniffed it again.
Nope.
Because the Dolphins were sad sack shitty.
They were like, hey, we got a guy that's making us a bunch of money. We ain't going to do anything to help him out.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure it out.
Yeah. So
that was a shitty organization.
Punch Mike Brown, the owner of the Bengals. They don't deserve to have Joe Burrow or Trey Hendrickson. And hopefully Trey will find a team that'll trade for him and get the hell out of that shitty organization.
Or Jamar Chase.
And
Or
by
any
the way,
of them.
any of them. And by the way, I mean that, by the way. Trey is probably also another guy. I forget about him because he plays in Cincinnati. He's underrated because
You think he's better than Micah?
I think he's better than Micah Parsons. He's at least in the ballpark. By the way, that reminds me, because we compare all these top edge rushers to Micah, because the Cowboys at some point are getting ready to make Micah the most highest paid. He's going to get more money than Max Crosby. He ain't even in Max Crosby's league.
No.
Because every Dallas Cowboy is overrated. Every single one of them. Because they're America's team, most valuable this, on TV all the time. From the fucking backup snapper to Dak Prescott, every single Cowboy is overrated. And that's the way it goes when you're Jerry. And that's part of that shitty culture that Jerry Jones has created, where it's about clicks and likes and views and ratings, because everybody gets to see you. Everybody compares everybody else to you. And it makes you look shitty 9 times out of 10. It's not fair that we compare everybody to Micah Parsons, but they're getting ready to give him more money than anybody who's not played quarterback has ever gotten before, and he doesn't deserve it, and the Cowboys are overrated. Sorry, I made my punch about the Cowboys. I just had those thoughts. But punch Mike Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals, who does not deserve to be the owner. If it weren't for his daddy, his ass wouldn't have it. It's like Bronny James starting at point for the Lakers. Sorry, Bron, don't get mad at me. And that's it.
He will walk up on you.
All right, tonight we're at Poblano's. Come hang out with me tonight from 6 to 8. Rudy's got other stuff to do. Bouquet, I'm inviting you to come eat dinner. Beer and dinner on me, if you so choose to do so.
I'll consider
It's up to you. Downtown on Houston Street, we'll be at Poblano's 6 to 8. Got Fiesta medals. Going to give away $25 gift cards. And then tomorrow, Rudy and I and Jose are guaranteed we'll all three be there from 4 o'clock to whenever. At the Slackers on Nacogdoches Road for their crawfish boil. All right.
Come make us look good. And that's what Mike always says.
Yep. Come make us look good with the Dan Kleins by repping. I ain't doing no work this weekend. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have dinner with people tonight. We're going to have dinner tomorrow night. I don't want to hear from a lawyer. I don't want to look at a bank account. I don't want to talk about technical shit. Let's have a good time and drink some beer and have some tacos. And put your damn cell phone down and have fun with us. Come hang out. You do what you want. Love y'all hard. Thank you to Bouquet. Thank you to the people. We'll see y'all tonight at Poblano's. We'll see you at Slackers tomorrow. Back on In the Building Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Later. Have a great weekend.